indents down. Oh shit. Apparently I have a surface of my desk.
I don't believe it.
I just got rid of one of my sorting trays, so
Well, you have multiple sorting trays?
uh yeah, Mason gave me those. There's those black plastic Ultra Pro ones, and
Yeah,
they're
I
like, yeah. Uh,
Thanks.
and I had three of them linked together. So
Oh, one of those ones, alright.
yeah,
Yeah, I just have a big BCW one that's like half the size of my desk, so.
yeah, no, I had three of those linked together on my desk, and then I had two for one or two on the table I have next to me. But I'm down to only needing two. This is exciting.
Slowly working your way. Actually, you've worked your way through most of it. You're not even doing it slowly at this point. You're just basically done.
Yeah. I mean, I got, as I said, everything sorted at least into its set, and I'm just working on logging that stuff and everything.
Oh, I suppose I could ask you rather than go to Collector's Connection tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I would like an extra set of Llanowar elves.
Oh okay. In second here.
Do you have an extra set of Llanowar elves?
Let's see what ones I have available. Da, da, da. As soon as it decides to load. Jeez, come on, you piece of shit. Oops. Oh, actually, I don't want to search there. I want to search over here.
The fuck is this shit?
So, what the fuck is what shit?
There's a fucking anime at Llanowar elves.
Really?
It's $160. Non-foil from Foundations.
Hmm.
That is wild.
I would immediately sell that.
I think I would too, I'm gonna be honest. Because there's no point if I can't get a playset of it, so I
Yeah, also,
definitely
I
ain't
give
dropping.
zero shits about anime fucking Llanowar elves. So.
What about the what is your opinion on the Japanese guys walking through a bamboo forest Llanowar elves?
I don't even know if I remember that one.
It's from a secret lair, you've probably never seen it.
Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. Oops, levels, elves. Okay, so I don't have a full set there. I have full sets of 2010 and 2012.
Either one works.
Either one works. I'll get you a set. Actually, literally have one of them on top of my stack of 2012 cards here.
Cool.
Like turn around, it's like, oh, there's one. So yeah, I'll find a full set for you.
Alright. I might hit you up for those tomorrow or sometime before Friday then.
Sure. Yeah, that works. I'll dig them out tonight at some point. Hopefully, I can find some. What was it? 2012. I was good. Yeah, 2012. I have 30 of them logged.
I have I have faith
I
you can
found.
find them
I
somewhere.
found. I found two already.
I like how they're logged, but they're still just places.
Well, no, the logged ones are in a box. These are like I found two of them
Oh,
for the stuff for just the pile of 2012 I have behind me. That's not logged and sorted yet.
that's just more. All right,
It's just
dope,
more. Yeah, so
awesome.
so it works even better. But all right, I suppose we could probably get cooking now.
Yeah, we could. That
All
was a
right.
good intro.
So yeah, it was like, well, we were just killing time until things. So all right, are you ready? So
Yes.
I have 14 custom cards of varying qualities. Uh, that's to have you go over. So we were going to rate them on the power level, the flavor, and the overall design. And 1 through 10 scale is the default, but honestly, we can put whatever we want because this is us. So
One of them I'm pretty sure I had you like put infinite on for something.
I don't remember that. There were a number of them where this is either a 2 or a 9, and we're not sure for power level.
Yeah, power level is like that.
Uh, or maybe there was one where you're like, what's the power level of this? It was all the power or something like that. I think it was like yeah, I can't remember. It was insane. But all right, so most of these cards are a little old, like a year or two. There's some
Sorry,
new ones. Oh,
I have one question.
yes.
Am I going to drive to your house and slap you because there's a D's nuts joke in these
There
again?
is not a D's nuts joke in here. I promise.
Okay, just making sure.
Nope. I wanted to, but I did not. Uh, I was trying to find any opportunity. And I was looking over all the old cards I had, and I hit White Ramp again and just started fucking laughing. Um, but
White Ramp was pretty good.
that's such a prime card. All right.
That's an actual good joke as opposed to D's nuts.
Yeah, I know. So here's the deal. For as bad as the joke, like the overall joke is, the card that somebody made of it was pretty good. Like from a pure design standpoint.
I disagree on principle.
All right. Sounds good. Are you ready to go here?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Plot twist to start out with. Whoops, I have the wrong power. Reset all. Does that do it? There we are. So here you go. So here you go. It's in a foreign language.
Yeah. So class Necromancer.
Yeah. So Necromancer class. Costs 1 black. When Necromancer class enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Level 2 for 1 and a black. When this class becomes level 2, you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And then level 3 is 3 black. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature card from your graveyard. It's a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types.
Hmm. I guarantee this card is playable in like a standard power level format.
Yeah.
Possibly even modern.
Yeah. Like this is one of those cards that when I first like it was in foreign language when I saw it, and then when I read it, I'm like, this is like a really reasonable card.
Yeah, like it's not broken by any means.
No.
Funny enough, the guy at work who started playing Magic again, he was like showing me a deck. He's like, but I can't build this deck in Arena. It won't let me. I'm like, is it not standard legal? He's like, I guess not. And he like shows me the deck. I'm like, oh, this card is a standard legal. I rotated out like a year or two ago. And it was a 2-mana zombie that ETB'd and you milled 3, and then when it died, you could return a creature from your graveyard to your hand.
Oh, nice.
While exiling it as cost.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is literally this card.
In a lot of ways,
without the body attached.
But and this also you get to regrow one thing and then or raise dead one thing and then also get to cast stuff out of your yard, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, the one thing I'm not sure about is whether or not the 3BB needs to be more expensive.
3BB is, I mean, because you're paying what? So
it's effectively 8.
5, 6, 8. So.
But it's 8 mana divided up amongst 3 turns is way better than just 8 mana.
And I will say you can do it once per turn, and you do have to cast it.
You do, yes.
So it's not like a free, reanimate something out of your yard.
Yeah, no, it's not free by any means.
Hmm.
If I was to make it more expensive, I would just make it like 4 BB. I wouldn't make like,
Yeah,
but
I
I think
think
6 might be too
I
expensive.
think three. So I think 3 BB is fine. The like normal standard reanimate that I can't remember, rise from the whatever the fuck, is 4 and a B. So
Yeah. Oh, the only reason why this one should cost more is because it is repeatable, even if
yeah.
it's only once per turn.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, this
Shit.
card is awesome. I
I
don't know
I like
who
it, but
this foreign designer is, but
uh-huh.
they actually
Oh,
designed a very good card.
yeah, ADX95 is the designer. So,
ADX 95, you demand.
all right. Do you have grades to put to stuff, or do you want to just?
This is probably like a 6 or a 7 on power level.
I'll do
Just
six.
with the caveat, it has to be a format that actually enables it to be busted. Like, but in a way, it enables itself because it both feeds itself
Hmm.
and is the payoff for feeding itself.
Yeah.
But you still need an appropriate format for it to matter. By the way, your your brackets cut off a little at the
I
end
know.
there. Okay.
I'm not adjusting anything for it. It's gonna if we're gonna put insane shit like this in then. All right.
Flavor. The
I think the
flavor's good.
I think it's
Flavor's
pretty good
really
flavor.
because it also you can literally see it's get your as you level up, you are
Uh-huh.
literally leveling up.
Yeah, as you're leveling up as a necromancer.
Yeah, you're becoming more powerful. The flavor is probably like an 8 or 9. I'll do 8.
All right.
I will give the design an actual like 10. I really like the design.
I think this is a super sweet design.
Yeah,
Like,
the guy who did the work on this did a really good job. And
yeah,
I think balance wise, it's really close to being basically perfect.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
We could
you
quibble about
don't
some
read
numbers, right? Yeah,
yeah, you don't read this and think, nah, this is broken.
yeah,
Because
right.
it's not.
hmm Yeah, and there's enough behind it too where you read it and you're like, oh, that's like I could do something with that.
Yeah, like this is the card you look at, you're like, yeah, this can enable me to do cool things, which is what cards should do.
Right? Yeah, I agree. I think that, and that's what I like most about this design. When I saw it, I was like, and I think this is one of the cards that I'm like, man, I want to get your take on it because I'm like, this is such a good design for a class, in my opinion.
Why do I recognize that art? Like
I'm not
zombie
sure.
that's looking at us and sneering, I recognize that zombie sneer.
I can't see what the art is right now, but uh,
Huh,
so I don't know. I could look. I'm sure it's probably something we've seen out there before, but all right.
interesting.
I wanted to start it off high, so we got some good ones out there. But
Started out with a good one. It's
yep.
only going downhill from here.
Oh, nah, I think there's some decent ones in here and everything. Not all of it's trash, but any other comments about this one?
No,
All right, I'm gonna hide
props for this guy.
the translation. All right. Okay, see if I can figure out how to do this stuff. Okay, and the next
It would
one.
have
Oh,
it
sorry.
would have been funny if you made me like try and figure out how to read that before giving me the
Yeah, I know. I
translation.
was like, it was kind of hard to see, but so. All right, the next one I have is Dement. Uh, blue black instant. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Its owner may discard a card that shares a type with that spell. If they don't, that player discards a card at random, and you draw a card.
Hmm. I'm comparing it to Remand,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean, obviously it's compared to Remand, but and so I saw this first, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a oh, what's that called now? I really like the card. Um,
Recoil.
Recoil, yeah.
Huh.
And I will say
Alright.
the first version of this card that was on there didn't have the discard a card at random and you draw a card thing. But like based on feedback, they're like, oh wait, this just doesn't work because you put something to a hidden zone, and yeah, but so
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
yeah, so
Hmm.
but this is the better design in my opinion too. So
Funny enough, I don't like it.
what don't you
I don't
like?
like that. I don't like that you draw a card.
You don't like that you draw a card?
No. So
Fair
you get a
enough.
massive tempo advantage, and
Hmm.
it's a 2-for-1
Yeah,
for 2 mana.
but
Like that's
that's only if they. I think you can almost cut off the discard a card at random because like you're bouncing the spell to like the base case of it is blue black counter target spell.
yes.
I mean, realistically.
Blue black counter target spell. Draw a card.
No, that's only if they don't if they choose not to discard a card that shares a type with it.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So it's actually like because so if you think about it, it's like, oh, they cast a creature, you bounce it back with this. They could then be like, well, I'm gonna discard my shitty creature I have in my hand.
Yep.
There's stuff like that. So
If the card would work without the second sentence,
mhm.
I like it.
You probably
I just
could.
don't. I just don't like. Yeah, the like you said, it would be difficult because it's hidden information.
Hmm.
It would be like return target spell to its owner's hand, and then its owner discards a card that shares a card type with that spell.
Hmm.
Because like it's hidden information, but you know it's there. But like I don't think the rules technically have you know it's there.
Yeah, because it requires you to discard something of a specific type. Yeah.
Yeah. And like yeah, like you said, your hand is hidden information, so there's no way of proving it's there, even though you literally put it there.
Yeah, I think you'd have to make the design. I think you'd have to make the wording much uglier than this to get it to go
Yeah.
without the second part. But
Yeah. Like I said, I just don't like the second part.
yeah, I feel like even you could even just go if they don't draw a card, because then it's basically remand.
Yeah, then it is literally remand,
Hmm.
which is as a blue black remand, I think this card would be fine then.
Hmm.
Blue black remand, this card would be fine. Blue black bounce the spell to your hand, then they discard a card. I think this card is fine.
Hmm.
Honestly, if they just discard any card, not necessarily a card of that type,
Hmm.
like return target spell to its owner's hand, they discard a card.
Hmm.
I think that would be fine.
Yeah, probably. Does that exist?
Uh,
I'm surprised that doesn't exist.
I don't think it does now.
Hmm.
People already hate discard and they already hate counterspell.
Yeah,
The
this
card
is
that
just like
a card that did that would get you slapped
yeah, right. People would just be super mad about that one.
or shanked.
Just
You would be injured.
stabbed in the neck. uh,
Uh, honestly, power level this card is kind of ridiculous.
oh, okay.
I think this card's like an 8 in like modern.
It's a pretty spicy biscuit.
Yeah, like the other card was a 7 in standard. I think this is an 8 in modern.
Here we'll do.
Like I think this card would be played over actual counterspell in modern.
I mean, I can see that.
Uh, I don't really know about the flavor. Like there's not
Not
there's
a
very
ton
little.
there.
Yeah, the problem is like there's just not a lot of flavor there to judge.
Yeah. I mean, like, as a spell that's countering a spell and making you discard, like, does the name work? Is kind of what it is. I don't know. This is more of a
Kind of.
mechanical design than it is a
Yeah,
flavor design. So
which is unfortunate for not everyone designs cards and cares about flavor, unfortunately.
yeah, not everyone is right. So
Flavor is meh.
meh.
We'll give that. Design as is,
Hmm.
I would give it like a 4.
A 4. Not high on it, huh?
No, like I said, it's in my opinion, it is too powerful as written. I think you could
Okay.
do a lot of things to change it, and I would like it more.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And like
knobs you could tweak, kind of thing.
you could do a lot of things to change this, including just be return target spell to its owner's hand, they discard a card.
Hmm.
And I think this card would still be insanely powerful.
Yeah. And a little less.
But
I don't like the at random. Like,
yeah, that's the problem.
I would almost do it as return target spell to its owner's hand. They discard a card. If it does not share a you know type with
If it doesn't share a card
yeah,
type, draw a card.
yeah, that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly how you template that, but somehow.
Yeah, like the random is very like random discard is just one of those things that probably shouldn't be in modern Magic.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like this is as someone who thinks Mind Twist should be legal in Legacy, but for completely different reasons than you.
Yeah, right. Free my boy. Uh,
Like I am perfectly okay with him to Turok in Legacy. I am not okay with him to Turok in more recent formats.
yeah, right. In Legacy, you kind of expect it.
Yeah.
Uh,
In Legacy, you deserve it.
yeah. I'll say that as somebody who likes Legacy, but yeah. I didn't know about this one, but I was like, it's interesting enough.
This is one of the ones that like I have opinions on it, but for much different reasons than the previous one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of some of the goals. So I suppose I should
Yeah.
say this was designed by Bloomis underscore Bloomis underscore. But so, all right.
Yeah. You have an interesting design, Bloomis.
Yep. Any other thoughts?
Art is kind of cool. I don't know where he got it from.
No artist credit.
Right. I like anything with purple in the art. We
Yeah,
know
I
that
know you
from
do.
our set reviews, so
All right. Cool. Now I got some possible nonsense for you. Virid Grove. It is a land forest. You can so it taps for green. It enters the battlefield tapped, and you can pay 1 and a green to put it from your hand onto the battlefield. I don't know if you disconnected or are processing.
no, I'm just there's you keep like this card and the last card are requiring a lot of processing.
No, that's all right. I mean, that's some of it is because I need help processing.
Yeah.
And I like the ones that make you process.
I need like some sort of like little thing I can like click in Discord that like shows you that I'm still here. My brain's just spinning.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
What does virid mean?
I'll look that up while you're thinking.
It's only gonna matter for the flavor. That's all.
Virid is an adjective meaning vividly green or verdant.
Lives up to the name, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bright green with vegetation. It is apparently an adjective that is obsolete. Which is why we don't know it, and it's used on a magic card.
So, uh, that's some very like classic Magic art, also.
Yeah.
For Mr. David McElwain. Uh, so this card was created by someone who got mad that the rampant growth got countered, right?
I don't know, man. I think this is so one of the things that happens on custom MTG a lot is people making trying to make flash lands.
Oh, I didn't think about that. This card, you can do this in instant speed.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah. That's a big thing people there's a few things people are constantly trying to do. Sorcery speed counter spells is one of them. Uh this is another one of them. Where it's like flash lands and there's a few things that it's like, "Oh, we want to do it because we can." Um
Sorcery speed counterspells are one of the most stupid fucking things that people are obsessed with.
I know, right?
It's just dumb. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
you can counter a spell if you make it have
Yep.
fucking
If you
flash.
yeah, if you do extra work, you can make it work. Cool. Good job.
Congratulations, you're not cute.
Yeah.
Uh, Power level. This card is not that good.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
all right. So let's break this down. What this card is, right?
Yep.
It is a ramp spell that doesn't deck thin for you.
Uh-huh. So it's like worse than rampant growth basically.
I do actually think this card is worse than rampant growth.
I
Like,
mean, it
it's
can't be
better.
countered, so
You can't. Yeah, this is true, and it's better than rampant growth in like a landfall deck,
uh-huh.
because like, or kind of,
Yeah, kind of.
because you're not thinning out lands from your deck, so there's more lands to draw later and all that kind of BS. But like, this card is a worse rampant growth. I don't know why it's a forest, because I sure you can fetch it, I guess, which is kind of dumb.
It's so they didn't have to add the add green thing onto it.
But they added it
I
anyways.
know.
It has the reminder text. Yeah, this card is a worse rampant growth, except it can't be countered, but who the hell counters rampant growth anyways?
Yeah, right.
Uh, Flavor wise, it actually works really well. It is an extra green forest.
It is an extra green forest.
It's a forest that is played after you've already played forests. Uh, Power, it's like a 4.
For what? The score?
No, Power. Power is 4. Yeah, Power worse than rampant growth.
There. Okay, 4. uh, the
I mean,
flavor is like okay, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, like I will say, rampant growths have seen play in standard constructed.
Hmm.
It wasn't rampant growth. It was the one from Return to Ravnica, because you could get your shock lands.
Oh,
Obviously, that is way more powerful.
Farseek.
Yeah, like
That didn't hit.
Farseek is.
You couldn't get forests though, right?
Yeah, you could get anything but forests, except you could get any dual land that had a forest in it, so it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
matter. So like this card is worse than rampant growth, and rampant growth hasn't seen play in God knows how long.
Yeah.
Flavor wise, it's a 5. It's average.
Whoops. Yeah, 5. The design.
The design is I'm disappointed. It doesn't need to be a forest. Enters tapped. Obviously, it's a ramp spell. It should say activate this only at sorcery speed. I don't care if you want to flash in a fucking land on your opponent's turn. It's dumb.
Yeah. I feel like this is just trying too hard in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like it's just like you said. It's the sorcery speed counter spell.
Yep. It's just trying to be cute.
Like we have those. It's called creatures you can sack to counter a spell.
Yeah, right. uh, over cute. Yeah, but so this one was made by Green Jin, but the E's are 3s.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Good old speak.
Should we get out of this?
Let's continue on.
All right. I don't think you're gonna like the next one much either. All right.
Oh boy.
Next up, we have Void Ring. Costs a single colorless mana for an artifact. You can pay 2 colorless and tap it. Spells your opponents cast this turn cost 2 more to cast. It's a reverse Sol Ring.
I I guess you're right. I like the flavor text, kind of cool.
Yeah. And I got to look at something here because I think this one, the creator said uh, it came to them in a dream.
What
Which
is?
nightmares are dreams too.
I'm just more thinking. It's like, man, who the fuck has dreams where they just create magic cards? I had like,
Morrow said he created Entwine in his sleep.
hmm,
That's like a famous one that he's talked about.
it's good to know that there are people more crazy than me in the world.
Right.
Uh, I don't think this card is good. Like power level wise, I think this
Costing
card is,
colorless is rough.
yeah, costing colorless. Like, so it's only good in like an Eldrazi deck, which I
Yep.
guess is kind of flavorful with the whole void thing.
Hmm.
But like in are you really gonna spend 2 mana to slow down your opponent in an Eldrazi deck when you can just cast a broken Eldrazi and like
Just
blow
kill
up
your
their
opponent. Yeah.
lands? Like,
uh,
like weirdly enough, I look at this card and I'm reminded of Rashadenport,
yeah, okay.
but like Rashadenport is just kind of better.
Better in power level or better to play against. Because one of those is not true. Schadenport's awful to play against.
That's fine.
It's
To be fair, this would actually, if you have 2 Rashadenports in play and are tapping down your opponent, you can tap down 1 land.
yep,
If you have this and 2 Rashadenports in play, you effectively are tapping down 2 lands.
fair enough.
This is actually worse to play against than Rashadenport,
Okay.
if they can activate it.
If they get that's the big thing is like, can you activate this even?
Yeah, like the 2 colorless is a cost, which means this card is only going to see play in decks that are already prison decks.
just what we need, right?
Yeah, right. Like,
What if we
but
gave
even
prison
then,
decks another lock piece?
yeah, it's like, all right, guys, we restricted Lodestone Golem to 1. Sorry, here's this thing.
Yeah, here's this thing.
This thing would probably be restricted to 1 in Vintage.
I mean, probably. I just want to see the person that like untaps it and taps it again, so you can just like keep jacking up the costs.
But like, this card is like, if you're like on the play in like a deck that's playing like Ancient Tomb,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, play up my Moxen, play this, pass, and your opponent's just like looking at their hand full of Moxen,
Yeah.
this will feel terrible.
I mean, it's okay for people who have mocks in their hand to like feel terrible, though.
I mean, yes, you're not wrong. Y'all some nerds on God. Yes,
Yes.
we are. You are correct. I don't even know where to rank this. This card is either busted or fucking worthless. Like, this card is either a 2 or a 9, just like we were talking about before. There's no in between.
Yep. We're going busted or trash on this one.
Yeah. Flavor wise, the flavor's not bad. I'd give it like a 6.
Slightly above average.
Yeah.
You know, not really like Soul Ring callbacks, but kind of Soul Ring callbacks. And
Yeah.
I said the flavor text is decent at least.
Yeah, like flavor text is decent. The art is like kind of cool, you
Yeah.
know, and all that kind of stuff.
Design.
This is what people mean when they say fever dreams. If this came to him in a dream,
Yeah.
like, this is not a card that should exist for exactly the reasons listed in Power.
Yep. John would play this card just to be annoying. There's
I mean,
the thing is there's
probably.
probably other cards you can play that are more annoying than this.
Oh, absolutely. Like in Commander, this card's not even good because like you're gonna lock down one person,
Yeah.
or you use it on your turn to make their counter spells worse, so you can
Mhm.
like push through something. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, plays well with Mishra's Workshop.
Which is just what we need in life.
Yeah.
As you said, it's like it's doing everything's for the wrong reason. Like
Yeah. So speaking of Workshop, can I say a really dumb hot take?
sure, let's do it.
It's really dumb.
I'm curious how fucking dumb your hot take is now.
I don't actually think Mishra's Workshop is that powerful.
You're a crack.
Like it obviously is, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
3 fucking mana for 1 land, right?
Ugh.
But the restriction of only using it, like, it's busted because the artifacts are fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah,
Which
that's
is
what it
dumb to
is.
say, but like the fact you can only use it to cast artifacts, you can't use it to activate abilities of artifacts, actually like does kind of hold it back.
I just want,
Thankfully,
I
a
just want to say
lot.
this is some like, man, the only reason Tinker's good is because artifacts are cracked. Like, which is a true statement, but like also that was in the running for the most busted card like that Morrow ever designed. And he designed fucking Necropotence.
Let's be real. Necro is more broken than Tinker. Not by much, but it is more broken than
It's
Tinker.
when he asked R&D at the time, it was a it was close between those two, and
Yeah.
it was very close.
Like like early on, people are just like, man, let's make really busted art. Like, there's like that whole pendulum swing where it's like, oh, like
Yeah.
creatures, or people say that power creep made creatures too powerful and all that shit. And Morrow's like, nah, you got to take into account back in the day, instants and sorceries were much more powerful,
Which
right?
is
So it's like
true.
the pendulum just swung the other way.
Yeah.
Artifacts have just stayed busted through the entire history of Magic.
But the pendulum just kept swinging up, just fucking ignoring
Yeah,
ignored
like
physics. And it's just like we everywhere, guys.
it is like one of the least like kept secrets that almost every single broken format in Magic is because of artifacts.
Yeah.
Like
Because
artifacts become good,
yeah,
standard goes to fucking shit.
yeah, it's because you can play them in any deck, and there's no
Yeah,
limiter. So
exactly.
yeah.
Like there's not like yeah, it's really funny how like like as you said, Tinker was its whole thing. And then
Mhm.
we had the Mirrodin, which was its whole thing, and then we had Phyrexia, which was its whole thing. Then we had Kaladesh, which was its like all these sets that care about artifacts, and artifacts are just like, yeah, we're just always good, yo.
Yeah. At least they shook it up and printed Oko.
Yeah. All
Two
right.
color cards.
One.
Cracked. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, Oko also makes artifacts.
Yeah. True. Okay. All right. One.
Yeah.
No.
The design is a 0.
Zero.
You get 0 points.
You get penalized for making another stacks piece. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Who was this? Oh, this was designed by someone named I don't know. 0dy5 was the Reddit account. So fuck, who knows?
0dy5.
Yeah.
All right.
So there we go. All right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Flame for Thought. Single red for an enchantment. If you would draw a card, you may skip that draw instead. If you do, Flame for Thought deals 1 damage to any target. Burn now,
Huh.
think later.
Isn't there a card that's similar to this?
I do not know.
There's a ley line, I think.
Is it? As I said, these are a little old, so it may have been pre-Leyline or something like that. But
Oh, this is like an old ley line.
what
Sorry,
was
now I
the
gotta
old
look
what
for
was
it.
the old Leyline of Combustion? No.
No, never mind. I think I'm thinking of Leyline of Lightning.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you play a spell, you may pay 1. If you do, it deals 1 damage to target player.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry,
that's
now
different.
I'm checking all the other ley lines just to make sure.
I don't know of any with the skip the. I don't know anything with the skip the draw thing.
I swear to
I know there's
God.
some.
Sorry, I'm doing Scryfall searches now.
Oh, me too. Because like, otherwise I'm thinking of Psychosis Crawler, where you draw a card.
Yeah, it
Get your
deals
opponent. Yeah,
damage.
it's actually loss of life.
Copy, advanced search, text.
Gotta dig around and find it.
Oh, that's funny. Obstinate Familiar. If you would draw a card, you may skip that draw instead.
Oh yeah, that's just like a fucking card. Yeah, no
Yeah.
benefit, but
Huh. Weird. I could have sworn there was a card that did that.
apparently not.
That's just me literally like searching for draw skip. So.
Yeah. Oh, we got one right here.
You find one?
No, it's on the screen. Is what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. I'm being funny, or well, yeah.
This card's cool actually. I dig it.
I kind
I
of
don't
like
think
it.
it's good.
Probably not. I dig it just because
Like,
it feels red.
yeah, it feels very red, and it's one of those cards that you look at and you try and think of ways to combo with it,
Uh,
and you realize that, like, brain geysering yourself for 10, it's just better to draw the 10 cards than to deal 10 to your opponent.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I like my. Oh no, never mind. That doesn't work. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different card.
What were you thinking of?
The one from the Ravnica sets. In the same set as Skewer the Critics. I can't remember. It's in my
Oh,
burn deck.
the
Exile
Light Up the
2.
Stage.
Yeah, Light Up the Stage. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
See, but that's different. A Light Up the
Yeah.
Stage is 1 red to draw 2 and deal 6.
True. True.
Power level, this card's like a 2.
Yeah.
Flavor, I'll give it a 7.
Ooh, going high on it. Not really, but
Design? God, I almost want to rate it highly just because the previous cards have been such ass. All right. Design.
hmm
If you were to change that 1 to a 2, how good is this card?
Is it cracked at that point?
I think it's cracked. I think it's good. I think it's like pretty playable good.
Skipping a draw is like a real cost.
It's a huge cost.
Yeah. Hmm.
But like, imagine you're playing against like a control opponent, and
Mhm.
like you get them low, and you just put this on the battlefield
Yeah, right.
and pass.
Just like, I mean, it's basically sulfuric vortex, but with some control. Then, not really, but uh,
Let's see. Report.
oh, he got that.
Are
Okay.
you reporting this person? Spam, scam bots, and tampering.
Ye-
Uh,
Get hooked, scambot.
I don't ever know. Is this a scam or is it bots?
Uh,
Or is it Is it viewership tampering? It's kind of viewership tampering.
Yeah, maybe that. I don't know. I'd say that they're. I don't know. But
Where's
okay.
submit report?
Yay.
Block this user.
Bye.
Ban this user.
All right.
Yeah. Like obviously, if this said deal 3 to any target, it's ridiculous. Like that's way too good.
That is absolutely cracked. Like
that's nuts.
Yeah. So, and I know it's not. This is not the baseline, but it's like I'm thinking about like in a burn deck. It's like give up your draw to shock something. Like I'm at least sitting here going, I'm like, would I do that?
I think the answer
is
yeah. I think the answer is no, just because your average burn deck deals, way more than that.
Yeah, you're usually dealing 3 damage a card, but at least in the burn decks I play.
But like like I said, in standard, like a sideboard card.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're really bad in multiples.
You're right, because it would be because they're replacement effects.
Yep, you can only choose one. Well, I mean, they have to answer.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No. I prefer to be able to play out all my sideboard cards and have them just be bonkers. So
yeah. I don't think this is a card that you want being like, hey, let's stack 10 of them.
No.
As a format thing, but
I'll give the design of this card, like, for creativity, like a 6.
All right.
I think it could use some tweaking to make it actually viable. Like, I think if it deals 2, it's like legit considerable.
Yeah.
And then, I actually really like it. Would put a lot of stress on the burn or on the red player, right? Because you're like, well, like obviously I have this ticking, and then you have to like evaluate what they're doing compared to what you can do.
Yeah.
You're like, it would make playing red really stressful.
Yeah, I like the decision with it and everything. Because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give up some future advantage for something now, kind of is how you look at it most. And that's very red, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I do like the reach on it and everything, so but all right.
Yeah, just sweet. Change that 1 to a 2.
Yeah. This was made by Magic Head 27.
Wonder how good Magic Head 1 through 26 are at designing Magic cards.
I don't know. I made it this far. All right. Next up. This one's a little cute, but I'm kind of curious about the idea overall. Birdcatcher's Bargain. White-blue instant. Choose 1. A bird in the hand. Search your library for a bird creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. 2 in the bush. Search your library for up to 2 bird creature cards, reveal them, shuffle, and put them on top of your library in any order.
This card is cool as shit.
It's such a good design, like just as a,
I really like. I don't know about it being an instant, but I really like this card.
I think making it an instant copy is sort of like Mystical Tutor idea of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, like it's similar to like Mystical Tutor. Like I just don't like instant speed tutors.
Fair enough.
And this can tutor to your hand.
Yep, it can.
And that's the only reason I'm not like if it was only 2 in the bush, instant's fine.
Yeah.
But a bird in the hand obviously kind of like ruins that whole flow. But I also on the same note, blue-white bird decks tend to be like kind of tempo-y, play some counter spells. Air flyers, so like an instant's kind of good in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, it's tutoring for birds. It's like, the best bird you can tutor for is probably a changeling somehow, but
I'm sure it is. I mean, there's some dope birds out there.
I suppose there's some dope birds out there, but yeah.
Like the problem with what is this card's power level? I don't know. How good are the birds in this fucking format? Power level, the bird is the word.
Okay, let me. All right, we're changing that. All right.
Uh, God, I love the flavor of this card actually.
The flavor of this card is superb.
What was my flavor for the Necromancer? Was it an 8 or a 9?
I think you gave the Necromancer actually a 10.
Okay. Do I think this card is 10 out of 10 flavor? It might be 10 out of
I
10 flavor.
I would not criticize you at all.
This card it's at least a 9 and possibly a 10.
I'm setting it at 10.
Like this is great flavor.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll admit when I first looked at this card, I either expected you to be like, this is awesome flavor, or be like, this is stupid. They're just being too
this
cute.
is so much better than the D's Nuts card.
Oh, yeah, I know it is.
Like,
I know it
this is like someone like had a thought in their head and they're like, I'm gonna make this work, and they made it work so well.
Right? Yeah. uh...
Honestly, the design's like a 9. Like outside
Probably,
of the
right?
the fact it's an instant is the only thing that makes it not a 10. Like the
Yeah.
actual design of this card is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, cost seems good. The name's
cost.
good. The abilities are perfect. Like,
Yeah, love it. Fantastic.
it's one of those cards that's like super clever. You know exactly what they're doing, and you're not mad about it.
Dude, like in the Chaos draft, I drafted like a white-blue bird that's like super cool, and I kind of want to make a commander deck out of it.
Yep.
I would play the shit out of this card in that commander deck.
We'll have to just print a copy of it for you. It's like you could just put it in.
Yeah, this card's awesome.
I love it.
Who designed this card?
This was designed by
Dalanarb.
Matt Cahoon is my hero.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know.
All right, I don't know who that person is or what, but you designed a good card. I like this card.
This is a good card. See, I didn't just throw trash at you.
I mean, you started out really strong.
I know. I have to throw something over here. All right. Next up, we have Lands Demands. 1 and a red for a sorcery. Each player sacrifices a non-basic land. Each player who can't draws a card. Escape for a red and exile 5 other cards.
That's interesting. Huh. I don't like this card because I think it's broken.
You think it's broken?
So we're ignoring the escape cost because that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
By the time you're escaping this card, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably play it in red-green tempo because you got to keep the tempo train rolling.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even then and stuff, it's like if you know, it could be a single red, exile 5 cards from your graveyard, draw a card.
Yeah. I don't like 2 mana non-targeted land destruction is stupid. And probably should.
But it's symmetrical.
Yeah, except it's not.
I know.
It's especially not because that second fucking line, you're not even down a card.
Nope. Which
is stupid.
Because you're not playing this. You're not playing this in anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be each player who does draws a card.
To pay back for the land.
Yeah, to pay back for the land you just destroyed.
Fair enough.
Like, it should not say each player who can't, because that's just pure upside for you.
Yeah.
As your mono red deck.
Like, oh yeah, I just want to punish people who are playing non-basics, though.
Absolutely.
You greedy.
But
fucks.
like, you can do that. without having a ridiculous card like this.
Yeah.
Like, this card is stupidly powerful. And not in a good way. It's like an 8 in power level.
It's like an 8.
It's like an 8 and not in a good way. Flavor, there is none. Whatever. The escape makes no sense for this.
Yeah, this is a very mechanical card.
Yeah. Design, this card is a 1.
Oh man, I love how low you are on this card. It makes me laugh.
It's not as bad as the other card that I gave a 0 to, but yeah, like this is literally I want to play a mono red deck and I want to punish my opponents who cast spells. Which there's better ways of doing that. It's called Blood Moon.
It's called reducing their life to 0.
And that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not a fan of this card by any metric.
This is designed by Talon Lee.
Yeah.
Talon_Lee. So
Talon_Lee got real salty at his like opponents casting like siege rhinos. And this was his response.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't hate it. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Exsanguinator Apparatus.
I recognize that art.
You do?
I don't know why, but I recognize that art.
Single colorless mana for an artifact. Tap, put a -1/-1 counter on a creature you control. Create a blood token. That's it.
I kind of hate the flavor text.
Such donations that are not given in vain. They are given in. I didn't even read it. That's such a fucking Magic flavor text.
This card's cool, actually. I think this card's design.
Yeah. This is one where it's like it has to be in the right set. Like you don't just put this card in any fucking set and be like, yeah, we're good here.
No, like, but I mean, there are definitely sets that can like take advantage of blood tokens and.
Yep.
Neg1 counters play really well with Undying.
True.
And both blood tokens and Undying do come from Innistrad, which is what the set symbol is. So.
Yeah. They just copied the friggin' Crimson Vow one.
Yeah.
Which I mean makes sense because that's where this feels like it comes from. I think.
Yeah, which it should exactly.
Yeah. I mean that set didn't have -1/-1 counters. Is the only thing, but.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, power level this card does not seem busted by any means.
No.
It's probably like a 4.
Probably.
You'd play it in the right deck.
Yeah.
Flavor's pretty good. I don't know if -1/-1 is like perfectly representative of a blood donation, but I'd probably give the flavor like a 7.
Yeah. I feel like with that stuff you're always compromising in what and how you're portraying something and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's a good enough way to portray it. So, and I like that it's persistent. You know, it's not like deal 1 damage, create a blood token kind of thing.
Yeah, like honestly, if like I saw this card earlier, I probably would have given the flavor higher. But like, man,
you had a couple fucking bangers. So
that bird one was so good. Like this thing has to compete against the necromancy class and the bird one for flavor. I'm sorry. It's
yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. It's like we came out of the gate hot with a couple of those. So.
Yeah. Design wise, I think this card's really good design wise. I like a 7.
Yeah. Like a 7, yeah.
Well designed. Like they had a goal in mind. They went with it, and it works.
Yeah. It's one of those cards that had and I like the art for it too and everything, but it has a really good vision and hits all the points on it. I feel like,
yeah,
it feels like it's like just good enough to where it's like in that format you could play it, but it's not going to be broken, but it's going to be like what you want to kind of be doing if you're doing that thing. So it's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a trap kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, like this plays well. Like this would play well in a blood token deck. This would play well in an Undying deck, as I mentioned.
Yep.
Like, yeah, this This is a good one.
That's cool.
I respect this
Yeah.
design.
It's not like out of there, but it's like it just hits such a sweet spot, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
that was designed by How Very Reddit, which I disagree with their name. They are not very Reddit. This was a good card.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we're on the theme of blood tokens here, I guess, because I saw a couple of them. So, Blood Ritual, black red for a sorcery. Create a blood token. Then add black or red for each blood token you control.
Hmm. So it's only good if you make a lot of blood tokens.
Mm-hmm. And aren't using your blood tokens.
And yeah, you can't be using them either.
One of the comments said in the thing said this is kind of a flavor fail because you usually give blood to a blood ritual. So the fact that they just stick around is bad flavor.
Yeah, it should be create a blood token and sacrifice any number of blood tokens.
But still.
So, my experience with blood tokens would make this card not very good, actually.
I was gonna say you don't make like piles of them, do you?
No, I mean you can.
You can,
So
but
like,
like
when I played Black Red Vampires in Standard,
yeah,
there was a lot of like blood token synergies. Like there
mm-hmm.
was one vampire you could sack blood tokens to make it indestructible. Another one made blood tokens on hit, which was helped you keep the cycle going.
Mm-hmm.
But like you never just produced a dozen of them or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like this is probably the least powerful ritual I've ever seen in Magic. Which is, mind you, an extremely high bar.
Yeah.
But it is nowhere near that bar. I mean, like you'd have to custom design a set that made blood tokens mass produced to make this card good.
to make it just cracked at least.
Yeah, because like I said, or like you said, like you use the blood tokens to filter
Mm-hmm.
to get stuff going. So like the only time this card is good is if you're not using the blood tokens to filter, in which case you're already doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, and you also have to be at you have like you're not up mana until you have 3 blood tokens.
Yeah.
So I think having this cost 2 is a huge safety valve.
Oh, absolutely. 100% agree. Which, I mean, it's a good safety valve, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You don't want rituals to be busted.
yeah, and rituals are one of those things too where it's like I feel like you can just kind of like trip over yourself and make them busted as hell.
Yeah, and this one is the exact opposite. Yeah, power level of this card's like it's a 3 because it's a ritual and there's a magical Christmas land where it can become busted, but
yeah.
Flavor, it misses out a lot because you're not sacking the blood tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flavor's also probably like a 3.
Like a 3.
So, weirdly enough, I respect the design because it's not broken.
I was gonna say I respected the design because it feels like there's a little bit of discipline with it. I don't know
But it's
how
also
intentional it was, but like
yeah, and like it's also just not good. And I know making not good cards is part of making Magic, but I feel
yeah.
like they stopped doing that 7 years ago, so I don't know if that's valid anymore. I don't know. I'll give the design a 5. Like
Yeah.
like you said, there's some restraint to it. The person held themselves back a bit. I respect that.
I actually do like it. So it's a sorcery. I think that's huge.
Yep.
Like, how easy would it have been to just be like, oh, we'll make it an instant, and then
Yeah.
making it 2 mana instead of just making it a Rakdos.
Oh, like
And
hybrid.
yeah, and then having it create a blood token. I like those points of the design.
Yep.
Because it does
So
something itself. Then even if it doesn't like get there, you know.
yeah, if you have 2 blood tokens already, this does net
Yeah.
you 1 mana.
Yeah, and I mean, you know,
Oh,
having it create its own blood token makes it so that you can at least be like 2 mana, discard a card, draw a card. You know.
yeah, I just realized that. Like, I didn't think about that. This literally lets you sack every blood token you have.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, maybe.
This literally turns into like 2 mana mill X cards, where X is the number of blood tokens you have.
uh,
That's
well,
interesting, actually. Now I
you
gotta.
have to discard a card too. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pseudo mill,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
mill
But
adjacent.
yeah,
Plays very well with madness.
yeah, it does. Which again, in the same sets and everything, so fits with the
Yeah.
themes and all that. But so
Hmm.
do you
See,
you have to
now I
revise
need.
anything?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. As someone who's played a lot of madness in my time,
Uh huh.
the problem is most madness cards have a mana cost attached to them,
Hmm.
but you'd know while you're paying.
Yeah, you would.
Bump the power up to 4.
Okay. And I was gonna say too, it's like, you know, if you're doing madness stuff and everything, you're casting it, your mana's floating, so it's not like you have to like blow everything all at once.
Yeah, you can do it piecemeal until you see what you got going on.
Yeah. And then, it's like, oh, if you do one and madness a card away, you can use, if you do have extra mana from it, you can use that to pay for the madness even and stuff. So
Yeah. I wish I could talk to the person who designed this card. I'm curious if the mana to sack your blood tokens was something they accounted for,
yeah.
or if they just wanted to make a blood ritual card.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That would be an
Like,
interesting
did the
question.
name lead to the creation of the
Yeah.
card, or did the mechanics of the card
Mhm.
result in that, like, this
And
is the end
yeah, this
result?
is what we wanted to do. Well, you can find Alfonso Dragonlord on Reddit and ask them.
Alfonso Dragonlord.
I like that we just kind of unpacked this card as we went. Like,
I'll be honest, I almost missed it.
oh, yeah.
I almost missed that. We had like we were I was basically done as the scores show. I was basically done,
Yep.
and I realized it like as I was like leaning back in my chair. I'm like, wait a minute.
As I started saying it, probably right.
Yeah,
uh, all right. Cool. So we'll go on to the next one. This is a little more conceptual, we'll say, and everything. But uh, so
it's a lot of words.
this is Knight Rider, 2 and a black for a legendary enchantment background. So we're looking at commander here.
Oh, yep.
If
Okay.
Knight Rider is your commander, you may include Horse, Centaur, Knight, and Pegasus cards in your deck regardless of color identity. Pay 1 generic, add 1 mana of any color. When this mana is used to cast a Horse, Centaur, Knight, or Pegasus, it gains haste until end of turn, and you draw a card. Activate only once per turn.
The fuck is this card's point?
it's so you can make a commander deck with different, but while ignoring certain color identity restrictions.
Yeah, I get that, but like, I understand horse and Pegasus. And I like vaguely understand Centaur, but I feel like Centaurs would be very insulted to be included in that group.
Yeah, and then Knights, it's just like the fuck.
Knight makes no like yes, knights ride horses sometimes, but that is not it's not creature type, human horse.
Yeah.
It's knight.
You can
Knight makes
include
no
Gideon
sense.
Planeswalkers as well because he rode a Pegasus once.
Yeah. I mean, he also rode Rakdos once, so like, should Rakdos be on this list? Are you allowed to play?
Maybe, I don't know. All right,
Uh,
conceptually, I guess let's go back for a second here and not look at the specific card or the specific thing.
conceptually,
Conceptually, a background designed to include a specific subset of things into your commander deck while disregarding color identity and giving you the ability to cast them theoretically.
I
The
do
once per turn
actually
on this
like.
is nonsense.
I like that from a concept, obviously with restrictions.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it needs to be very restrictive.
yes, like you don't just want to be able to. You don't want something to
Yeah.
allow you to do everything, right? Like,
Yep.
and obviously, like centaurs, knights, horses, and pegasi, those are like green and white color cards.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're getting those in as of right now, which is a mono black deck. Like I see that. I understand that.
I mean, I think this probably shouldn't be black to start out with, anyways. But that's just, I don't know. It feels weird. But
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the flavor of the Knight Rider.
I don't know. Somebody had a commander deck that they wanted to use and whatever. And I'll say we can't even go after the user because the user account's deleted. So it's literally
Of
deleted
course.
user is what I saw on this. So
Mm.
so they've hidden their identity.
So were they deleted for having a poor card design?
Probably not, unfortunately. I mean, they also just took the art from Harrowing Journey, so.
Huh. I don't
and
think I've ever heard
and
of Harrowing Journey.
and credited it. It's from
I mean,
Innistrad, isn't it?
props to them for crediting it.
Yeah, I think it's from Innistrad.
Probably is. It looks like an Innistrad art.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is just because it's like I've been certain. Yeah, it's some. So the real card, which is the exact art, Harrowing Journey, 4 and a black sorcery. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. Dark Ascension. Sorry, Dark Ascension.
That card is so much better than this card. That card is Sphinx's Revelation. Like, hot damn.
Oh my gosh.
That card is Sphinx's Revelation in black.
It loses 3 life.
I thought you said gain 3 life.
No, target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life.
Fine, it's a black Sphinx's Revelation.
Still play it.
So played over this card. Power level, whatever its commander. I'm gonna be real with you. I am disappointed when I saw legendary enchantment background. I really like backgrounds as a concept in Commander. This is obviously
not what
so
you were
disappointing.
I'm just gonna do this. Boop. For that one.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Commander. It's Commander, yeah.
Flavor wise, the flavor is non-existent. The flavor is trash. There's no flavor.
We're gonna bag on this card because the user's deleted.
I mean, the person deleted their account, so they don't matter. The design is also trash because it makes no goddamn sense. I do like the activate only once per turn, but the problem is that's also limiting you because that means you can, like, what if you want to play a like 1 green centaur? You can't.
Yeah, you can't. And that's the thing is like with stuff like that, like how do you? It feels weird because it's like the gains haste draw card thing feels like it should be once per turn, but the mana filtering feels like you should just be able to do it.
Yeah, and also the gains haste and draws a card is just dumb.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Commander's like, the best format.
Why do you like? This card is literally like the person who designed this card clearly went into this with the intention of I want to make a card specifically for this one commander of mine, and I'm gonna make it good.
Yeah, apparently.
And that's not how you should design cards. Now I wonder what which of the choose a background commanders they built this off of.
Yeah, I wonder, but yeah, some of it was just like the big thing I was looking at was the including a subset of cards into your deck. I got to make a custom Branko card. Send it over. We'll put it on here. We'll grade it.
Yeah.
But including a subset of cards into outside of color identity as a concept is the big thing I'm kind of looking at this and everything. I like the mana ability on it just to be able to do that, but like I feel like it feels like conspiracies sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, very conspiracy adjacent.
Yeah.
Which like I dig that. Like the concept of what this card does, I appreciate. Everything else about this card I hate.
It at least you tried, I guess, but you just whiffed so hard.
This is like, at least you tried, but you actually just drove your car off a side of a cliff.
Just fucking 10 Kennedy this shit. All right. We the next couple are not gonna get any better for you. You ready?
No.
We have a land called Endless Desolation. This is gonna go well. No, I'm kidding. Taps for a colorless. Tap, exile it, and destroy target non-basic land. Its controller creates a treasure token.
Funny enough, I don't hate this card.
There was this card and the next card are designed by a live boy, and this one is the far more reasonable one. So we'll go over this one.
All right, so obviously this card's power level is through the roof, right?
Yeah.
Like, this card is a slightly worse Wasteland.
Yep.
Actually, it's a much worse Wasteland.
Yeah.
Because you do give them a treasure token, so it's not a permanent thing, and you can't recursion it with land recursion out of the graveyard.
Yep. The exile shows at least a little thought and discipline.
Oh, I think the person who designed this did it very intentionally.
Yep.
So I respect that.
Respect.
Truly. This card, but you still just play this as Wasteland 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Right.
Like,
you're just playing 8 waste, right? Like.
Yeah, like. You play this and you're one of Strip Mine in Vintage. Call it a day.
Play your fucking Void Ring in it.
Yeah. That fucking card.
Man. So is this like an 11 or is this just like a 9?
I mean, this card is this card would not be legal in any format that is not Legacy.
Okay.
On the power level of Legacy, how high do we rate Wasteland? The power scale is on a 1 to 10 with caveats. It's based off of what we would put it in.
Yeah, the power scale is whatever we want it to be in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So
the power scale is broken.
What is a power level 10 card in Legacy?
In Legacy?
Just on name a card in Legacy that is a 10.
Show and Tell.
Okay, cool. Is this as good as Show and Tell?
I was really tempted to say Brainstorm.
Dragonball Power Scale. Brainstorm, shut up.
Yeah, this is like our power scale is literally Dragon Ball. It's whatever the fuck we want it to be. It doesn't matter. Would you disagree that Brainstorm is one of the most powerful cards in Legacy?
Probably, but I don't know. Every card in Legacy is good. I don't know.
So if we're talking Legacy power level, we got like Show and Tell is a 10.
Is Wasteland a 10?
I think Reanimate is a 10.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what I consider 10s.
Yeah.
Wasteland's probably like an 8 or 9.
Okay, so this has to be lower than that. So this has to be like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, this is like a 7 or 8 in Legacy.
Yeah.
Which, once again, the only format that it's allowed to be legal in.
Yeah. Obviously we'll do a Legacy 8.
Yeah, obviously this card's legal in Vintage.
Yeah. I mean,
probably is one of, just like Wasteland and Strip Mine.
Probably.
Flavor, I guess, is actually the flavor's not even good. Because why does your endless desolation create a treasure token?
I'm gonna give it a 2 just because.
Yeah.
Design.
Okay. Hear me out.
I think I'm probably gonna agree with you, so go.
Going with the ideology that the person who designed this card wanted to make a quotation fixed Wasteland, I think they did a really good job.
Yeah. That's discounting the idea of should you.
Yeah, you should. Like, this is, I made a fixed Necropotence. This is Yawgmoth's bargain.
Right, yeah.
And you're just like, Morrow.
Yeah, right.
Stop.
It's like, yeah, hey, Brainstorm was supposed to be a fixed ancestral recall. How'd that go?
Yeah.
Technically less powerful, I guess. But I,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, discounting the fact of whether you should be doing that or not, um, just looking at it and everything, it's like it feels like there was thought put into it.
Yeah, and
It's
there was a
yeah,
lot of thought put into it.
hmm
This card's probably like design effort. I think this card's like an 8.
we'll give it. Yeah, yeah. As I said, it's the little things like I do like that it gives a treasure token because that's at least something. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Quarter, kind of thing where it's like, oh yeah, you get a whole nother fucking land. Or was it Ghost Quarter that did that, or was it?
Yeah, Ghost Quarter. They got the search library for a basic.
Yeah, yeah. Which I mean, that was basically like fucking strip mine and against some decks, but
Ghost Quarter was like Wasteland 5 and 6 and a lot of
yeah, legacy decks.
Death and Taxes
Oh yeah,
builds for a while.
yeah.
They
Like,
would like sideboard Ghost Quarters.
love it. But and then exiling itself, I think, is a big thing too. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
shows some amount of discipline there.
yeah. Zero recursion,
hmm
super important.
Yep. So, and also it's punishing if they do something to make it so that like it doesn't trigger at all.
Yeah, if they stifle it.
Yeah, if they stifle or so, it's just like, yeah, your thing's exiled, get fucked. Like,
Yeah. Which, to
love
be
it.
fair, you can stifle a Wasteland also, but
Yeah, you can, but like that, you can still recur it. Then is my,
yeah.
but not that that's like a huge thing, but
I mean, there are decks that their goal is to recur, but yeah.
yeah. So, all right, cool. So,
And you said the next one is like I liked this one, and you say the next one I'm not going to like.
so next we have Neverland.
Oh my
It is a
god.
land. It taps for a colorless. Tap Neverland and target non-basic land and opponent control. So tap Neverland and target non-basic land and opponent control phase out until the end of your next turn.
So you're well, no, because you can activate an instant speed. You can just keep the land locked down forever.
It's just fucking free Rashad Port.
Yeah, this is just free Rishadenport. So this card's like a 9.
9.
I mean, I will say I don't even know if Rishadenport sees play in Legacy anymore.
Yeah.
But if you make it cost 0 to activate,
Yeah, right.
like it's probably gonna see play again.
Any good cards for Rankle in here? I have no idea.
The Necromancy card's pretty cool.
Oh, that one's probably pretty good. Yeah. But
These are all custom cards that Fletcher found on Reddit, and he wants my opinions on them.
yep.
So I
we
actually
just
have
talked
no
about 'em.
idea what's in these.
Yep. So these are all like John Cena for the first time.
Yeah.
I had to include both the cards that the person because they put them in the same post because they were looking
Yeah.
at some land stuff and everything, and I'm like, yeah, this card's just cracked. The other one seems reasonable-ish. Ish.
Yeah, this card is
Wrinkle is my
ridiculous.
knife. But I mean, the flavor as far as the name goes is accurate.
Yeah, the flavor is actually good. Art's pretty good too.
The art, I like the art. Yeah,
I don't know where that's from. I give the flavor like a 7.
7. Okay.
Design can get a 1.
Yeah.
See, last time I'm like, yeah, that like with the Wasteland, like yeah, he
Mhm.
put in some effort. There was some restraint. Like he tried.
Yep.
This one is he's just like, fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball. Schadenports, let's go.
Yeah, strictly better Rishadenport.
Yeah.
Why the hell not?
Yeah, like I don't know. This one it felt cracked, but I'm like I gotta at least put it in because they went both in at the same time, and the Endless Desolation was an interesting one.
Yes, Desolation was interesting. This one is ridiculous.
Yeah, so there's your absolutely ridiculous card for this run, I guess. But all right,
Like the only thing that would make this more ridiculous if it was just like tap target non-basic land and opponent controls phases out until the end of your next turn. But it doesn't do it to itself. Like,
oh my god, could you imagine?
at least that's why he didn't get a 0.
Yeah, that will give you the 1. All right. All right.
Uh,
Next up, I don't remember this card at all. Oh, now I remember this card. Okay. Active Desperation, 0 mana for a red instant. Discard your hand, then draw a card.
all right.
I think this is one of the ones I looked at and I'm like, I don't know if this card is completely insane or just absolute trash.
This card is completely insane.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Maybe. Speaking as someone who has played Manaless Dredge before in Legacy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. This is just like,
Card
how many of these do we put in Manaless Dredge? Yes.
4, obviously.
Yeah. 7.
Easiest 4 of my life.
Yeah, right.
Flavor is honestly really good.
Yeah.
This flavor's like an 8.
It is like Manaless Dredge aside because that thing is just a beautiful abomination. Um, it is a really good fit for like all the pieces kind of come together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're going for it kind of thing.
Like, you know how cool this card would be if you're like, like you're empty-handed, you're
Yeah.
just like hoping for something, you top deck and this is your draw and you're just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball,
Like
let's go.
the flavor is perfect for
Yeah.
that. I
Even
love
if you
this
have
card.
even if it's like you're drawing like like I think about like certain burn decks or something like that. It's like you've ripped lands or something for a little bit, or you have some cards that's like not the cards you need, and it's like, all right, we got to go for it, and you just like pitch your hand and go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig this card. I like flavor-wise, this card's good. Design, the only reason this card is bad design-wise is because the dredge mechanic exists.
Yeah.
No.
It does not require
Cards with
cards in
this,
hand to draw.
yeah, cards with this line of text means you don't need cards in hand to draw. So
Yeah. Yeah. So you can discard on an empty hand and draw a card. So then it becomes
yeah.
basically a free cycle.
Otherwise, it would just say, as an additional cost to cast this card, discard your hand. Well, even then,
nope,
it doesn't. It doesn't specify number of cards.
Yep.
It would have to say discard your hand minimum 1.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know, or something. You'd have to word it differently.
Yeah.
But so hands don't.
Correct.
Yeah, they don't.
Speaking of Dante, I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh lately. Me and you should play some Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. If you disregard Dredge, I like this card's design. I would give it like a 9. Not as good as the bird, not as good as the necromancy, but I like this card.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, in a dredgeless world, great design.
Yeah.
If Dredge functions, this card should not exist.
Yeah. Dredge has ruined a lot of people's joy. So.
This is not the first time you showed me a card, and my response is Dredge exists.
Yeah, right. There's so many of those cards.
I don't know if the previous episodes have had that, but we've definitely showed
sure.
me custom cards, and I've been like,
yeah,
Dredge exists.
And it's like, oh yeah, this is cracked because of Dredge. Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, last card I have actually. That was designed by Spazlaz.
I didn't realize we already went through that many cards.
Yeah, this is the 14th card. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
I swear to God, those first like 3 cards took a half hour by themselves.
Probably we had a lot to say about them. Okay. So this card was modified, but I have the original version up here and everything. It was modified to make it work. So, Truth or Dare, black, 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 sorcery. Target opponent reveals any number of cards from their hand. Choose one. They discard all revealed cards. They discard all not revealed cards.
Dante, I found your Rankle card. This is the Rankle card you want. God, I love that art too. That is such good art.
I don't think they changed it because the wording, the templating was funny on it and everything. But basically the way it's worded right now, you have to choose before they reveal. And they changed it so that
Oh,
it's target
yeah.
opponent. The opponent reveals the cards and then you get to choose. So super minor thing. I didn't change the thing for it. And then I think the mana cost is wrong, but that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, quad black is a lot.
Yep.
This card should probably. This card should. Easiest change would either make it cost 2 and black or just make it cost 3 black. I think this card could honestly just cost like 1 black and be perfectly fine.
Probably. I don't think it needs to be 4 mana.
Yeah, no. This
But
card, I like this card's flavor. I like this card's art. I don't think this card is overly powerful, but I
I
think it's
don't think so
cool.
either. I'll admit I put this card last because I thought you would like it.
Yeah, I really like this card.
Yeah. Obviously, a play, the whole play on fact or fiction kind of thing and stuff like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, like the callback of this card is fantastic.
being called Truth or Dare as well too. Yeah, like really cool design in my opinion. But
It also like it's like a full flip too on like the thing because like normally everyone like a lot of people's like dislike of cards where you give your opponents choices on stuff like the reason why there has never been another good factor fiction is because they're just not as broken.
Yeah.
As to where like this puts all the onus on you for trying to read what your opponent is splitting
Yep.
because you actually make like the ultimate choice.
Yeah. Having the hidden information makes it way more fun.
Yeah, I really like this card design wise. Like power level, it's like as written, this card's
Yeah.
like a 3 because that's impossible to cast.
Yeah.
You fix the mana costs, make it better. It's probably a 4.
Yeah. It doesn't go up by much,
No.
but like
Flavor wise, probably another like 8 or 9.
I'm gonna be generous and give it a 9.
You found some good flavorful ones.
I found
for
some
this
good
little-
cards this time. I feel like honestly, like I didn't take some of the obvious trash that I've done before, or maybe I'm just not as big of an idiot. But yeah, this is the Renko
You,
card.
you didn't want to listen to me rant for that long.
I do like listening to you rant, so that's why I had to throw a couple that were just absolute knob cards in here.
All right. So design. The mana cost is the only thing holding this
Yeah,
back.
I was gonna say we could discount that and everything. I think the mana cost is the only thing that's a problem. And they did a retemplate, as I said. I didn't grab it though with
Yeah,
the fresh,
like understanding what it is supposed to do, like that's all that matters.
And that was little tiny,
We'd-
nuts and bolts stuff that doesn't matter
Yeah.
for this.
We're not pulling one of those. Well, actually, you're allowed to just do a Wheel of Fortune for free with how they printed this card in Modern Horizons 3 because it doesn't say you have to spend the energy. It's like, no, you know what the fuck the card's supposed to say.
Yeah, right.
Like, I know what this card is supposed to do.
It's very easy to grok regardless of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm like comparing it to all the other cards I've seen today.
Yeah.
Mana cost. I'd give it an 8 for design. I don't know if it deserves to lose 2 points just because of its mana cost.
Yeah.
But that is holding it back a lot. Just from a purely mechanical standpoint.
Yeah. But I mean, so far as like the design, like as I said, the design of the like and giving you the option to your opponent to say, hey, reveal some cards, don't reveal some cards, and I get to pick. Like that's such a good mechanic. I'm surprised they haven't made this card yet.
I think I agree. It is surprising they haven't made it yet, but it's probably you have to also think it is mass discard.
Oh yeah, it is mass discard and everything.
And they don't like mass discard.
Yeah, mass discard is really feel baddy.
If WotC printed this card, it is going to cost 4 mana.
I don't think
if not more.
3 and a black is a problem, or 2 black.
No, I think 2 black is probably what they would do.
I think that's super reasonable, and it does give the person getting Thoughtsseized, some amount of control.
Yeah. It puts a big mind game into the game.
Which is those like mini games are kind of fun. Yeah, I think they should make a card like this, Dante. Yeah, I think it's really sweet.
Yeah.
But for a
Unfortunately, they
discard
cannot.
card too and everything, right? Yeah, because it's like
Yeah. Unfortunately, they cannot make this card because that would be against their rules for copyright.
they could make it independently.
They could.
But yeah, I don't know if they'd hit the perfect name like this though and everything though, too.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the name is so perfect for what this card does.
Right?
That like you wish that WotC would print a card with this name, with this effect, and just
Yeah.
a slightly modified mana cost.
Yeah. Yeah. But so yeah, that is the last card that I had. I'm gonna clear this stuff.
You had some bangers.
That's a Bears. What do you think was your favorite one? Probably the bird catcher.
The bird catcher is probably my
You were
favorite.
I'm surprised how hot you were on that one.
I'm pretty sure I gave more points to the necromancy class.
Hmm.
I think bird catcher is my favorite.
Fair enough, yeah. Not knowing what else is
Like,
coming and stuff because you kind of rated against each other and everything. I mean, and I will say it's not like the necromancer class was a bad card.
no, the
Like
necromancer
it was
class is a great card.
this is an excellent card, yeah.
Like I gave this I think
Put
the
my
only thing that
put my
was
text
weak
in
on it
again.
was power level for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's just not a
Like
it's not a super powerful card, but it's where the power level needs to be in my opinion. Like it's an
yeah,
appropriate power level card, which is sometimes not
like
like super 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 fun.
and for me it's less my rankings of power and flavor are
Yep.
less important in this than my opinion on how well it was designed.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Like obviously the power and flavor go into the design evaluation, but the design is the ultimate thing. And like, this card is designed fabulously. Like
Yeah, there's
like I
just
said, I'm pretty sure I gave it a 10.
yeah.
But just everything about that bird card was so good.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm surprised. I want to just look through this and be like, what cards would we consider that were like good, worthwhile cards, And like out of this pack. So this one,
This one easy.
eh.
This one needs a big rework, but
Yeah,
this card could be good.
it was like on the line. Nope.
This card's stupid.
Nope.
This card's also stupid.
Yep. Probably not.
Just needs a tweak, but I like it in like this is the
You
card
like the
that I could see
concept.
them. They could print this card in like the 20 teens, and I'd be like, all right, this card will never see play, but I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Fabulous.
Yep.
10 out of 10.
Nope. So we have what,
Trash.
like two cards that are, or three cards that are just like, or two cards that are just lock good right now.
Yep.
I think this is
This
a
one
good
is.
card.
I like this one. So we have 3 good cards.
Yep. This is another one that's like fine.
Yeah, it's fine. 3.5 good cards.
3.5. Yeah. Nope.
Trash. I like the design. It just shouldn't exist.
I'm gonna go with it though. So that's 4.
I'll give it. Yeah. This will be the other. This will be a half.
Okay.
We'll go up to 4. 4
Alright.
now.
Nope.
Nope. Not a chance. This card's good.
Okay, so
This is 5
and then 6. So like
and 6.
about half the cards were cards that we would consider like just straight up like, yeah, these are good designs. And then there
Yeah,
were like
so
2 or 3 more that were just like, yeah, these need tweaks. Like
Yeah.
substantial tweaks, not like we got to change the mana cost of this one kind of thing.
Yeah. So like we have 5 good cards and 2 half good cards. And then a couple other cards that also need tweaks.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know. I feel like yeah, this was probably a better run at cards than the last one. But
I think so. I think there were fewer cards I liked than the last one.
you were cooler on some of those and everything. Because I think what was your favorite card from last time? Or not favorite card, but the card you thought was the best design. Oh, the Curse of Makar's Folly was the one you liked from last time. Which was 1 black enchantment, Aura Curse, enchant player. If enchanted player would create a token, they create a gold token instead.
Oh yeah, that card is great.
Yeah,
Design.
you like that kind. I think my favorite was the Become History one, which was like what was that one? Destroy. It was like destroy Become History black. Instant exile target legendary permanent. That's a creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. but that one had a whole package. But yeah, so I
Yeah.
just tried to remember those. But yeah, I had some stinkers last time too. But there it is. The one that another thing from the subreddit from last time we did Omnipotence, if you remember that card.
Omnipotence?
Omnipotence, yes. 7 black, black, black. You may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. It's an enchantment.
Oh, I do not recall that
Full
card.
stop. I think that was the one where the power level was all of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, because as I said, there's like the flash lands or lands with flash. There's completing or making omniscience a cycle is one of the things people do too.
Yeah.
And
See,
the problem
with that is like Yawgmoth's Will is arguably one of those powerful Magic cards ever created.
Yep.
That is an enchantment. That is a permanent Yawgmoth's Will.
Yep. That doesn't exile cards.
Yeah, with no restrictions.
Yeah, it was insane, but yeah, so I don't know. This is good. I like doing these, but because I like getting your take on stuff. So
I also like doing these. These are fun.
yeah, it's like, oh, all right.
Unfortunately, we need so many for it to be like long enough.
That's true. That's true. All right. So I'm gonna do a bonus here for 2 of them that I did not include because I didn't think they were good enough.
Oh boy.
I gotta.
Suppose we got 15 minutes. We ended on a high note, and now you're just gonna shit all over it.
Fucking ruin it. All right, save as. Let me get it in here. Yeah, we did end on a high note. I'll include 2. The 2 I didn't include because I don't think they were interesting enough. Card. Okay, and I gotta like copy stuff around and everything for this. So.
Yeah, now you gotta put in the work to actually be able to do this shit.
I know. Just gotta make sure I don't copy my goat porn into the folder. All right, let's see if this is gonna work.
Little goat porn on Twitch never hurt nobody.
All right, let me.
I wonder if animals having sex is actually a breaking of the TOS.
Probably.
Like, if you were just to like walk around a farm and the animals were just doing what animals do.
What is this?
He has to pop in and actually
Yeah,
get
like-
the fuck? What's
Like-
going on?
To be fair, what happens if you were like vlogging at a zoo and then like 2 tortoises were just going at it?
That's what
Are
I'm
you getting
saying. Like, can Twitch ban you for that shit?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Come on, are you gonna load? They're not loading right now. Let me just try to see. All right, I'm gonna go back to this really quick just to.
Back to starting stream.
Well, I'm trying to. Let's see. Pause slime. Oh, here we are. Okay, so.
And I would not play the Void Ring card, Dante. That card's trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
That card would be like a sideboard card against Storm at most.
I was gonna ask, like that. I was gonna ask if like Magic had a sideboard because I won't lie. There's like definitely cards designed something similar to that. Well, no, because I would commented on that when I was at work, and there's no internet at work, so it was cutting out.
Oh, well, I was gonna. I thought did you not have a sideboard in the mono black deck when you played standard that one time, or did you just never
probably did.
sideboard?
All right,
I definitely never sideboard.
All right. Yep. I got. All right. So here's my 2 cards that I found that I did not include because I didn't think they were that good. So Vexing Ritual, black instant as an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, add 3 black.
Is that a JoJo's reference?
I don't know. Maybe.
That is a JoJo's. That's a JoJo stand right there.
Okay.
It's
still Dark Ritual.
Yeah, I mean, cards. It's super powerful. Like, obviously, the power levels through the roof. This is. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say this card should probably add 3 black because you're discarding, or 4 black because you're discarding a card. Thinking of Calling Ritual, but Calling Ritual you have to sacrifice a creature that's already on the battlefield,
Yeah,
and you have to pay for the fucking creature. So no, yeah.
Theoretically,
This
yeah.
card is Dark Ritual, except slightly worse. So it is ranked slightly lower than Dark Ritual. So it is a 9 instead of a 10.
Yeah, it is a 9.5 instead of a 10. Cool. I'm
Yeah.
not going to do the numbers for it, but
yeah. Flavor there is none. Design, why the fuck are we making a Dark Ritual?
Yep. And then this one, which is Tragedy Black Sorcery. Each player sacrifices a legendary creature, and then it has a giant block of flavor text. And I think the reason was for the flavor text, but I'm not sure. This just, I was looking and I'm like, this is just like, what is it called? Black, each player sacrifices a creature in a sorcery.
Innocent Blood.
Innocent Blood, yeah, but just like more restrictive.
This has to be a callback to that one dude who became a vampire, right?
Krovax?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because Krovax had an Angel Guardian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is supposed to be a callback to him.
Must be.
Worse than Innocent Blood, but more powerful than Innocent Blood and Commander for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise is pretty good.
The flavor's decent-ish, but
yeah.
Usually I like cards like this, but it was just I looked at it, I'm like, I had it clipped
Yeah.
or something. Because usually what I'll do is I'll be like scrolling through my phone on Reddit, and then I'll be like, oh, and I'll just like clip cards if they catch my fancy at all. And then like these were some of the outtakes that did not make it.
But... yeah, there's not a lot to say about this card.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's just kind of what it is. It's like, oh fuck, I got one more.
It's like even the Dark Ritual, there's less to say about that than there was about the Strictly Better Rishadan
Yeah, just right? Like, because... the Strictly Better Rishadan had more to say, and that we didn't really have much to say about that, except this is a Strictly Better Rishadan, and it's ridiculous. Alright, let's see if this is going to update automatically, or if I have to... Nope, okay. So, I have to, like, basically, like, refile the folder if I add stuff live, so... Alright. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Alright. We have Olive Garden Archfiend.
What
it is
fuck?
4 black for a creature demon. It is a 6/6. It has an adventure. The demon's also flying in lifelink. The adventure is 4 and a black for unlimited breadsticks. Sorcery adventure. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. You may repeat this process any number of times.
What the fuck?
I don't know why, but I saw this card and I was like, the fuck, and I had to flip it. One of the comments said that the unlimited breadsticks portion does actually feel like having unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden.
Never been to Olive Garden. Are they like garlic butter breadsticks or just like plain breadsticks?
Garlic butter.
Okay, that sounds fabulous. I should go to Olive Garden.
Oh yeah. And the thing is that you always overdo it on them.
I do. I have never eaten my fill of breadsticks. I would put that to the test. I'd show
go on
up
the unlimited breadsticks adventure then.
I'd roll in and be like, all right, unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. Hold the soup and the salad.
Yeah, right.
Let's fucking go.
We breadstick in this bitch.
I could easily.
You are the Olive Garden Archfiend.
I would easily break double digits, and I'd probably get into the 20s on breadsticks before I thought about slowing down.
Man.
I have no limits when it comes to garlic, salt, and butter
Garden.
on bread. What up?
You're gonna get kicked out of Olive Garden?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, nah, he's taking the unlimited too far.
Yeah, right.
We can't handle this. Yeah, power level of this card's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, right. Because what is that ability? Ad nauseum?
It's ad nauseum. It's sorcery speed ad nauseum.
Yep.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's still ad nauseum.
Yeah, it's still ad nauseum. That you can also get a free fucking 6/6 for 6.
Yeah,
like
you
a line, yeah.
you have the backup of that thing. Flavor makes no goddamn sense whatsoever.
I think it does actually in context because I read a little bit. This is from a set where they're mixing weird stuff like this in real life or something. So I think there was something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was a fever dream for me when I tried to make sense of it, but I think it's internally consistent.
It is a fever dream for me also. So
Yeah, I know. So right there. When you're here, you're family.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
those are my outtakes. So you can have that because we had a little bit of time left. So you're welcome for cutting chaff.
Yeah. I mean, at least this one has something to say about it, unlike the last two.
Yeah, the last two were just kind of like, yeah. When I read that one, I'm like, those. I'm just like, they're just kind of like cards, but like
Yeah.
different, but not
Like
really.
if you could have tossed this one in the middle and just been like, all right, next one, Olive Garden Archfiend, and I'll be like, I will assume I misheard you,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, what the actual shit?
uh, Sweet. Well, I'll start clipping more, and we can probably do this again sometime. I thought about for this one, even, and I didn't because I couldn't find anything interesting enough. But I'm masking it and finding one of my own designs to throw in there, so you could fucking rip it to shit without knowing it was me. Um, or finding a really old Magic card and putting it in there and like editing it and stuff like that, and seeing if you're like, what fucking crack whore on custom Magic made this.
Like edit the art or the name,
Just
like
like,
edit the art and the name
yep,
just so I don't recognize it.
yep, and put the text in there and everything, and just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, put like fucking Balduvian Shaman or whatever it is with its 10 million lines of text. But so you might get that next time for all we know. Who knows? Shit, I might even just leave stuff the same for all we know. Like cards from Mercadian Masks and shit. Some of those are fever dreams, man.
I mean, there are. I don't know every card in Magic. I know a
I
lot
know.
of the cards in Magic, and a lot of the art I might recognize, but I don't know
Yeah.
every card in
I,
Magic.
I would
So
change I would change the art, and I would actually like retype the card into like the MSE, so it would
yep,
look like a custom card and everything, and I'd put all the shit on it and everything. So
you
yeah,
just
it
like
would just
hide
be
it
a
real
mess.
well.
Yeah, hide it real well, and then it'd just have you be like, the fuck, no.
It would be real interesting. I would be curious how long you could keep the straight face over voice. Obviously,
Yeah, right.
if I was like ripping into one of your own cards.
It would be really hard because I would love it,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, but like, yeah, we'd have to see. I think I've showed you the cards that I like care about, so like, or the cards that I'm like, I feel like this is somewhat interesting, but you've probably forgotten them by now, so I probably could put some of them in there.
You've definitely shown me some.
Yeah. Trying to remember which
But
ones
yeah.
I've shown you, but you probably don't remember. And my
I
favorite card I've made is you. There's a reference in it you don't understand, and it's really basic. So.
Yeah.
So it's like,
there's a decent chance if you showed them to me again, I might remember them, but who knows with my memory? It's almost non-existent half the time, so.
yeah. I mean, considering you're like, yeah, I literally remember nothing from the last time we did this.
Yeah, which I didn't. I didn't even remember the fact that we had categories.
Funny. Do you remember having to rate Protector Bear?
No,
Do you remember what that card did?
no.
Do you remember Smokey the Bear?
I mean, yes.
Okay, but that was the theme of the
That's
card.
good.
The line, lands can't deal damage to you.
I do not remember that one.
Okay, yeah, you really don't remember stuff because that was one where it was like, I think that was like I read that line and you're just like, huh.
So, is that a reference to the like Obsidian Fireheart or whatever the hell that elemental is called?
What, the lands can't deal damage to you?
Yeah,
No, because it's just like
because
lands in general. So like man lands, uh, lands that like it was a dual face card actually is what they designed. They designed a DFC where one side was uh basically Carplusian Forest, um, and then the other side was this bear that was a 2/2 air quotes hate bear that made it so lands can't deal damage to you.
yeah, but there's
Yeah, Obsidian
I
Fireheart. Yeah.
Yeah, the land continues to burn.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that, I definitely don't recall thinking of that before, but like that
Uh.
plus Smokey is like a really cool flavor call if
Oh,
it
yeah.
was intentional.
Well, because the Smokey the Bear was just designed because one side was a forest on fire and the other side was Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
Well, protect your bear. Legally distinct Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
Actually, this might have been one of your favorite cards too. It's fun because you don't remember them, so I can get your take again because I actually went and watched it again. So I'm gonna do it just because. So the other one you really liked was a land. It was called Mindveil Sanctum. Taps for a colorless, and then it has this ability on it. If a spell or ability an opponent controls would cause you to reveal your hand, you may instead reveal only Mindveil Sanctum from your hand.
I do not recall that card at all.
Oh, you were hot on that card too.
Huh. That's a cool card.
Yeah.
Really funny against Thoughtseize.
Yep, you said exactly that because not only is it funny because they lose 2 life and can only see this, but also they can't discard it because it's a land.
Yeah, they can't. It's a non. You're like, duress you. All right, I have a land. Fuck
Yep.
you.
Fuck you, man. But
Yeah.
okay.
Like the flavor of the name and all that's also really dope.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, at least you're internally consistent for the most part here, because you said the exact kind of stuff there. But
that's good. At least I'm consistent.
the cards you cared about at least. But all right, cool.
Man, obviously, like you probably don't want to play multiple lands that only tap for a colorless, but like playing multiple of that card and then playing one of them out after your opponent already did it once.
Did you? You didn't listen to the episode, right? You said literally that exact same thing.
No, I did not listen to the
Oh my
old
god.
episode.
I did. You literally said exactly that, and you're like, yeah, just play it down and stare at him.
Yeah. I am the most consistent person mentally in the world.
You apparently are.
It's not goodly consistent.
Not stable,
like,
just consistent.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we could probably call it here. We'll wrap
Yeah.
it up. That's
awesome.
Thanks for enjoying.